What's up YouTube, Mike here from Techno GI, and today I wanted to do another Around the Web episode. I actually did one of these yesterday, but really there's been quite a few things that kind of popped up in my news feed lately that I thought was interesting, so I wanted to share it with you. So let's get to it. First off is Amazon. You guys have all seen the commercials, the funny commercials about the Amazon drones, and I'm sure you've seen it in their Amazon commercials, but this is no crap. Amazon is trying to push for this. And if this happens, you're supposed to get your Amazon deliveries within 30 minutes via drones. And this popped back up in the news because last week the FAA actually finally got all their regulations created and together for finalizing basically the rules for drones in the private industry. So of course Amazon jumped on that, and Amazon is essentially saying, hey, once they're in place, they plan on trying to go forward with this. I mean, the goal is they want to bring packages to your house within 30 minutes for Prime members. So pretty impressive. I'd be for that, except for the fact that I'm a pilot and I really don't want little commercial drones all over the place in the sky. But obviously the FAA has actually placed quite a few rules in this, mostly being that in order to use these drones, it's got to be within the operator's eyesight at all times, which to me that's kind of a big handicap to Amazon, because if you can see all these drones, then you might as well just walk the package to the person's house. So obviously that's going to severely limit the range of the drones, but who knows, maybe they'll refine the rules. The other big rule is they're restricting their altitude to below 400 foot, which makes sense because obviously that keeps it out of the way of any commercial traffic as far as airlines and or private for that fact, because not many people fly below 400 feet unless they're doing something like crop dusting. But obviously if this happens, they're going to roll it out in the big cities first, like New York, Chicago, Los Angeles. So if you are a Amazon Prime subscriber and you live in one of the larger cities, you could possibly be seeing this next year. So as a consumer, I think it's cool. You know, 30 minutes, you order a package, you get it to your house. I definitely buy that for $1. So moving on to our next one, it also deals essentially with a little flying technology or drones. And this is the U.S. military. They actually struck a deal to develop a hover bike. So pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of Star Wars, of course, when they're doing the whole Ewok thing on Endor. So maybe in the distant future we'll get to that point. But essentially the prototype is, I'll throw up a picture. It's kind of the same technology they use for the drones as far as kind of the hover, essentially helicopter. And it's just a larger scale model of that. So no telling what the altitude or anything would be, but a company called Malloy Aeronautics is essentially the ones who are developing this. And like I said, it basically works like a giant propeller drone, not unlike the Amazon ones I showed you. And this is going to combine the lifting power of a helicopter, but they're going to make it look and kind of feel like a motorcycle. So the payload is what they're saying is this will be able to hold over 595 pounds, which is pretty cool and usable. And they say that it'll get 91 miles on a single tank of gas. So there are some military applications, whether it happens or not. Being a soldier and knowing what soldiers do, I just don't think it's a very good idea to put untrained privates on hover bikes. It's just asking for disaster, but who knows, maybe they'll develop a flight school for it. But anyway, moving on, next is Pebble Time. If you are into the Pebble watches, I actually think they're pretty cool. Kind of would like to get a hold of the Time, but now you can actually pre-order these on Best Buy, and they're going to be starting at $200. So I'm kind of curious what your guys' thoughts are on the $200 price tag. I mean, this is just an e-ink display, but you will be able to get 5 to 7 days of battery. But however, I mean, there's no touch screen or any of the other bells and whistles you get for a smartwatch. So you guys think the $200 price tag is fair? I mean, personally, based on the way it looks and 5 to 7 day battery, I would pay it personally, but curious what your guys' thoughts are. Obviously the low-end Apple Watch starts at $349, so you still got quite a gap there in disparity, and also a huge disparity in the technology involved. But anyway, if you are into the Pebble and you would like to get one, you can now pre-order it on Best Buy. But they did not announce, or I haven't seen anywhere, when it'll actually hit the store. So if you pre-order it, I'm not exactly sure when you'll get it, but at any rate, you will be able to pre-order it. So I imagine it'll be within a couple months at the latest before you'll be able to get these things in the store. So who knows? Anyways, last but not least, talking about Apple, and it says Apple is working on, or may be working on, of course it's a rumor, a new buttonless phone. So essentially there's rumors that Apple's got a patent out there and designs for a iPhone without the button. So essentially you've got no button, and of course the benefit of that is you get a bigger screen without actually increasing the overall size of the device. So you can truly get an edge-to-edge iPhone. I mean, it's a good idea, good concept. Again, it's just rumor, but I mean, it would make sense because obviously now with the Force Touch technology, you can use this same technology to essentially create a virtual home button. So based on how hard you press, it would create that button. But again, this is just hearsay, but it makes sense. So I would possibly guess maybe iPhone 7. So I mean, because that would be totally reinventing the design, and it would be probably one of the more radical design changes that Apple's done in years since the original iPhone. So I think it would be nothing but profit and good for Apple. I mean, I think that would be actually pretty good innovation. So anyway, curious what your guys' thoughts are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that web roundup, and as always, if you haven't done so, there's a little button you can hit that, it says subscribe, and always give me a thumbs up. So thanks for watching.